Good evening. Welcome to my spooky stream. Yay! One moment. There we are. Oh wow. Hello, hello, hello. I can hear myself. Yay. Good. Sound off. Over there. Let's see. Stream manager is a pro streamer. Welcome to my Halloween stream. Voila. Yes, it's almost Halloween. I'm not going to stream on Monday. I'm sorry. So we have to do with this for today. It's a really great costume, I think. Only one problem. This mask only got here today and I didn't know I had to fix certain things. I didn't have the time. So I will not be wearing this the whole time because I cannot wear glasses. Without glasses I cannot paint. Well, I can paint, but I cannot see where everything goes. I'll probably will get a raid from Carol in a moment. So I will have to wait till they are here. So yeah, Halloween. It's not really big here in the Netherlands. I go a little bit closer. Yeah. Oh, what the? Uh-oh, no. By the way, can you, yeah, I did have sound, but you cannot see me. No. Pro streamer, as I said. One moment. Ta-da! There I am again. Finally. Good. It's also a little bit with talking. You can hear me probably loud enough, but it's really sweaty, so really uncomfortable. Well, oh, hey, hello, I see some more viewers. Welcome to us. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Hydrator. I was already afraid that would happen. So, yeah, I can hydrate. Woohoo!
Hydrate?
Yeah,
But all I have is coffee.
I can do it. I'm not going to wear this the whole evening. Sorry, I do have a costume.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Thank you very much for the raid. Music starts. No. Welcome, raiders. My costume for the Halloween. Haha, that was awesome. Yeah, thank you. It's good. You're so quiet. I know. Look, I am very quiet. I will put this one a little bit closer. I will not wear this for the rest of the evening because it's quite mind-blowing. So I'll throw that thing away. I have my second costume under this, and it makes painting a little bit easier because I can wear glasses. So I will. The reason you are going to paint? No, that's exactly what I'm not going to do. Because I cannot wear glasses, as I just said. I cannot wear glasses. And this mask did just arrive today. I know I had to change certain things. I did just a little bit of duct tape, so I could wear it a little bit. But my second costume. Ha! Uh-oh. Oh God. Ah! Very old teeth. Yeah, thank you very much. So now it's time for also a little bit of music, I would guess. And thank you. I tried to get some Halloween music, but most of it is copyrighted and everything. So I will do with my normal music that I play on the stream. Oh yeah, I'm really loving this. First, I want to see who I'm talking to. There we are. Because we had Pete the Hydrator. Thank you for the hydrate. We have Shanur, Mini Mommy, Muse's Touch, of course. Night Whisper, hey, hello. And that is, yeah, Eek. I even, I don't know if, well, whatever. I do have my coffee. I'm even sweating. Yes, of course, I did have quite some latex on my face. Yeah, normally in the Netherlands, Halloween is not such a big deal. But yeah, well, I'm streaming, it's international. I have been a LARP player for 10 years. So yeah, costumes are something of also my favorite. And yeah, it's going to be a nice challenge to keep this white today, I know. But as I had the inspiration for the Nagash, he's undead officially. Still, although it's a lich, is he undead? Is he not undead? Whatever, he is supposed to be undead. Voila, from a undead, mind-blowing skeleton to a vampire. And that's how I'm going to paint Nagash today. And let's see, yeah, my settings are okay. As probably some of you know, I did have a little accident with him. I am still trying to fix it. As you can see, there's a lot of black suddenly instead of red. And most of his ghosts have broken off. So I have to reattach them later, but let's say it's a lucky accident. Now I can paint these much better. And it's nice fiddly stuff. Like with the sword. Oh, I can zoom out a little bit. There we are. It's this one is almost finished. I only have to do all the stitching. But that's something I will do after off stream, because they are very, very tiny. I have to make them white first because I want to make them orange to give them a little bit more. I can use black, but it is visible, but it doesn't give the right. I don't know. I tried some colors and orange was to my liking. And I am painting some of his books. This is the inside is already finished. This is the one he is carrying in his right hand. It's only the outside I still have to do. Also, all books have one great feature. They all the edges are made of very tiny little bones. Nice, thank you GW. So I am going to start with those. My original idea was to finish today, or at least start with the last part, his head. I wanted to start keep this one for, but because of all the repairs I had to do. Oh, thank you Pete for the band hammer, or band hammers. Yeah, I literally had 2 days of mourning for my sweet little model, so I got a little bit behind. But hey, those things happen. This is, by the way, his base, nice and big, with a nice glowing orb, without lights even. And I'll think when I have when I'm putting him on. I will use a little bit of green, of course, to give everything a little bit of a green glow. A nice OSL. So yeah, that's the plan for today. And I'll start painting then. For the bones, oh, I also have the model itself, of course, we have, I forgot the last time, he has also a nice bone staff. And I guess I will at some time lose my teeth. As these are already 15 years old, these nice ones, and they are a little... They are a little bit loose, but as long as I have them in, I will have them in. And my formula for bone colors are these three. Oh, let's make it. It's a dark brown, an ochre, and an off-white. My favorite. Yeah, you could say my bone triad. I believe I did see, I don't know if no, I believe it was AK. I saw that they also have a complete set for painting bones. Main colors, a brown, an ochre or a dark yellow, and an off-white. Oh, now you cannot see my nice little glowy. Yeah. Never mind. I'll put them over here to remind me it is almost Halloween. My brushes. And while I am painting and trying to entertain you furthermore, I don't know what I did here. Of course, because Halloween in America and a part of Ireland, I just heard. Yeah, that's quite a big thing. So besides giving children their much needed and deserved candy, what are the things you are going to do? And now I do remember I need one more little thing. Rocky, hold this one, as I do need to steady the model a little bit better. Getting on my gloves. I do have a nice brush holder, but this is all a little bit too big. And it's not really stable. Peter Hydrate is hungry. Yeah, that's quite possible. I always say I am always hungry. Am I on screen? Yes, I am. Good. And my talk about candy is of course not helping. I know. But what are the plans for this Halloween weekend for everybody? As here in the Netherlands, as I said, it's not really, there are some places where they do something about Halloween, but maybe in the large cities like Amsterdam or so, I can guess that there are people who are doing something about Halloween, but I live near the German border. As we say in the Netherlands, that's gotta run to need some find some food. Yeah, go find some food, Pete. I am where the Dutch farmers live, so the Dutch rednecks. I guess is a not so nice way to say it, but the Halloween is not really a big thing. The time we do have a time that children are coming from house to house or going from house to house to collect sweets, but that's New Year's Day. That's more of a tradition near here. Halloween, it does indeed, as Carol also already said, it's more of a pagan thing. Well, not Halloween itself, of course, but it does have a pagan background. It's some kind of a Day of the Dead. I am officially Catholic, but I am very curious about other more spiritual well, religions is a wrong word for that, but so I have researched Wicca, for example, and also Druidry. Carol, you are still showing as live. Okay. Oh, you're stream sniping, I believe that they call it. Am I already such a big streamer that you have to stream snipe me? But it is indeed some kind of a Day of the Dead from the certain beliefs. The time that the veils be from the plane of the living and the plane of the dead are very, very weak. And with the right mind and rituals, you can well, you can reach the beloved dead. At least that is some of the things I have I read about. Oh, I need to be over there. I am using my the back of my wet palette as a background. The white plate that I was using the last few times was a little bit too bright. The reason that I do that is because, not that I don't have anything against you watching what I have behind that, it's just my hobby zone, part of my hobby zone system for putting everything, but it's little, in my mind it's a little bit distracting. For a edge highlight. And I totally forget, here's also the staff, is also a back. I should be starting to paint that one too, but I think it's better to paint the front first and the back a little after that, after it is nicely dried. Hey Viking Pie, hello, welcome. Thank you for popping by.
Take a shot, 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 motherfucker, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot.
Yeah, take a shot. Have a good one. Oh, I will have a good one. And I show if you have one moment, because I know you have not, I don't know, can you stay or? Because hey, huh? I don't drink whiskey. I drink blood. This is red whiskey. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Yes, I did just put some food coloring in my whiskey, especially for tonight. And as you can see, could hear, I have changed. I am having guests, so I went upstairs to escape. Oh, that kind of guests. Oh, that's not good. Whose blood is it? It. Oh, well. It's some blood of druids. It's one of the flasks I stored my very first mead in it. As I just told everybody, I have read a little bit about Wicca and about Druidry, and as you can see, I still have hand painted a pentagram on it, as I somehow I put my first homemade mead in it, especially for celebrating certain festivities with some druids. So you could say it's druid blood, which still makes it human blood, but okay. Oh, we have his knee pads also later. My paint so thin, and I get my paint almost right into the ferrule. Don't want that. I do not resemble anyone. I just resemble myself if I would be a vampire. And you have, of course, just missed the best part, as I had planned to be a nice undead skeleton with a blown brain. I had a nice mask, but it only came in today. I did wear it at the beginning of the stream, but if I also wanted to use it for painting, I would have made some changes to it, as it is also too big for my head. For this big head, yeah, it's probably made for people with a lot of hair, and not for a bald GM like me. And then I just had to improvise a little bit with a little bit of black schmink or makeup. What? I had planned the nice eye colors. I'll just go get the mask for a moment. Ooh, by the way, it's a jacket with whatever these are called. I like it very much. Why did I throw it all so far away? Escape from having guests over one of your streams. Okay. When the stream started, I was wearing this mask. a really big one. And yeah, to cover this is how it's supposed to look in the first place. And then, woo, I got my mind blown away. Oops, slips. So I had, as a backup, as I still had the teeth and a little bit of black makeup already, I thought, let's make myself a vampire. As well, this, yeah, it's quite vampire-y. And I don't know if it is custom at your place, but are you doing anything about going to try out for Slipknot? Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, hey, never thought about that. Yeah, if they can, if they need a new guitarist or something, not that I can play guitar, but hey, whatever. Yeah, it's, I saw this mask, I believe, on an ad on Instagram, and I checked the costs was not really much, so I believe with hat it was 17 euros, so not really that expensive. Right now 30 euro with costume, with this jacket and the blouse was everything about 30 euros, which is a little less than $30 nowadays. The euro has dropped a little bit. Has been a long time a little bit more than $1, but oh yeah, well. A little bit more expensive to buy in America right now. Not that is going to hold me back. Are you finishing Nagash tonight? I thought that was the original plan. Yes, that was the original plan, but no, I am not going to get that, as I haven't painted for 2 days. Yesterday and let's see, yesterday Friday and Thursday I started painting again, but because I had a little accident with him, I was a little bit upset, and I really, and it should not be a rush job, not a rush job indeed. So I will keep painting Nagash into November. As in November I do have quite some time still left. I have to start work on Tuesday again, as I originally had my asked for the day off on Monday, and they are still giving me that day, of course. And on Tuesday I have to start working again, but only for 2 days, for 2 hours. So I will have quite some time left to paint. Which, by the way, reminds me, I heard Carol, you said you were going to stream Monday, so that's Monday morning for us. As I still have that day off. If I think about it, I will maybe even join it. And you better go back to your guests. Yeah, don't leave them too long alone. Thanks for popping by. Nice that you are trying to escape your guests for a moment just to get on our streams. Maybe later, yeah. I will be at least will be keep painting. So maybe you will stream on Monday, but later than normal because I will have trick or treaters until 7:30-ish. Yeah, well that means that it is going to be around you are 6 hours behind. So that would okay. That would mean no, you are sorry. We are 6 hours behind on you. I am counting. That would be 2 AM in my time. Yes. So I will. Well, if I am going to watch, I will of course notify you on stream. And otherwise, I just need to sleep as a normal person sometimes. I must say, it's all going quite a bit better. I cannot feel improvement every day, but if I look how it was at the start, much better. I do get my hours of sleep, so but we will see. Clean my brush in between. The light is coming from this side mainly. Let's get those teeth really nice sticking out. Still 2 days for me to paint. Full days at least. Don't know if I'm going to use them for Nagash, because yeah, well, I have of course a few other models here and there. In the time that I was a little bit upset about Nagash being destroyed almost, at least partially. I did use that time to clean up my hobby room here a little bit more, so it's growing bigger somehow. And I've been searching for one model that I knew I had, the Wizkid model from a Beholder Zenithar, the Zenithar from Dungeons and Dragons. I knew I had the model. Could not find it, and yeah, well, I did find it finally somewhere all the way behind over there. I thought that I only had my 40k stuff over there. Well, surprise, there are only 2 boxes with 40k stuff. 2 boxes of Space Wolves are left. And I found about 3 dozen other minis, including some special edition Critical Role minis. I totally forgot I had. So, oh yay, I have still more stuff to paint. That does not really surprise me anymore. But I do know, as Nagash is a community challenge for my community, I wanted to try for the fallen hairs. I wanted to try that out. It was a success because, hey, you see, I am painting Nagash. That was the goal. And to be honest, I am well, not as terrified for Zenithar as I am for this model. But even Zenithar is some iconic kind of a model. I of course want to do a really good job. So next year I will probably use that model as a new community challenge. For getting me my community to spend their fallen hairs on that goal and not on feeding me drunk by giving me orders to take shots, because I really hate that. This is I need shots. No, I never need shots. Oops. A little bit. Yeah, still is. Viking Pie was has already used it. My nice little red beverage that I was drinking was my first shot of the day. And yeah, sorry, but it's not St. Patrick's Day. Otherwise, I would have changed the interval a little bit, so you can give me 8 shots in one night. But with Nagash, I am not taking that challenge, that disadvantage. If I said it right, you can make me drink 4 shots in 2 hours. So, and if you can give me more, then I have set the timer wrongly, and I will have to change it a little bit. But it's on when it's correct, it's on a half-hour timer. Far is reasonable in 2 hours. More is a bit much. Yeah, that's why I reserved that for the St. Patrick's Day stream. But also I am going to well, it is officially still not Halloween, but it's Halloween weekend. So I thought this weekend I can do a Halloween, but for St. Patrick's Day I will do it only on the day itself. So it will take a few years, I guess, before you get that chance again. Also, I have to I have some other nice beverages in my drinking cabinet that I can use for here on stream, because just like you, I do like a nice glass of rum. The black rum mainly, little nice sweet and spiced rum. So because the whiskey that I have left right now in my bowl, I was a little bit too quick with that. Okay. The head of the paint was already dry on his forehead, but I am wiping it away. Make it a little bit bigger blob. Knee pads a little bit more. So that's the front of the staff, at least for the bone part. Oh. And I do now see something I haven't seen before. The bottom of his staff does resemble the bottom of his scabbard. So I think I will redo that part, so they look a little bit the same. The rest I will keep as is. So I need my adamantium black. It has been a long time ago that I did wear so many rings. I did not buy them specially for this costume, by the way. I'm not going to use that word so much. Come on. But the same as with watches, we are not allowed to wear any jewelry at work. So yeah, then it's quite yeah, just taking them off before work and putting them on after work is really tiring, I guess, for me. So I haven't worn a watch in several years. I do sometimes wear the rings for when I go out, but normally not this much. But I thought, for this character, why not? As there are some nice bejeweled ones. And pinky rings are especially worn by people who have a lot of money, and I guess as my costume tells you, I am not a very unfortunate vampire. At least that is what I am trying to tell you. stream, I also need to remember that I need to go back to my original layout for my stream layout. Not that this is a big problem, but yeah, next Friday it's not really Scaretember anymore. Just Scaretober. Yeah, you literally blew my mind. And just as with the sword, I will give the edges a little bit of a dark purple coloring in these little holes I have made. A little bit, let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Oh, I need to work on the red a little bit, but they are supposed to be a little bit of a internal glow effect, a little bit a red glow effect. So we'll try to do that on this one too. Yes. Let's go on this side of the staff, all the same. After today I also have to see when I'm going to finish Cynthia the Wicked. As I have one sub that has already been subbed for a whole year. I am planning on painting her, so he gave me completely free hand from paint whatever you want. Are you sure? Yes, just paint whatever you want. So, of course, I will, before I send it to him, I will check with him if he really wants it. A little blue on his a few of his ribs, because it's of course a little bit disappointing when I do send him a finished mini and it's absolutely not to his liking. Who didn't know, just like with Carol, I want to do something extra for those who support my channel, as I am really good at thinking out original ideas. I just copied hers. If you support me for a whole year as a sub, I will paint and send you a mini, a rebuild mini. yes, it can be a mini you want from Reaper that I still have to buy. Although I'm of course not going to paint a big full-scale dragon or something, just a as we say in tabletop terms, a mini, a human-sized mini, a humanoid. The 28 till 33 millimeter mini can be a monster, no problem. Like an orc. Something smaller is of course also possible. There's choice enough. Yeah. Yeah, I am thinking a friend of mine always, in this case, says always, better steal a good idea than think out something very, something terrible. So yeah, that's. Yeah, well, if somebody has a good idea and has not copyrighted it, so yeah, why not? And even if you get people who copy it, and I mean, even if somebody asks the same model to paint that you have painted for him or her, they still will have two completely different models. Well, the models are the same of course, but completely different paint job. Completely off screen, of camera. I did just before I started the stream. I did paint a nice cross on the back of my wet palette lid, just to make sure that I keep the model somewhat in place. But as always, when you are painting, you are concentrating on something completely different. And yeah, to be honest about, yeah, of course I want to do something for my supporters, for the subs, but yeah, what? And yeah, as I normally, the biggest problem I have with mini painting is choosing what mini to paint, especially choosing also to finish it. So if somebody tells me I want to, whoops, right, Doctor Who is telling me my moment. Wow, that's my alarm. I had a nice bike ride, bicycle ride today, and I do have an electrical bicycle. The battery was almost done, and I'm not allowed to keep it on the charger all night. And that was the signal. Hey, he should be finished right now. No. Oh, 1 hour is no problem. Yes. I'm starting to doubt my own. Now I remember. I start to doubt my own calculating time. No, I still have 1 hour to paint, good, and to stream. But one thing that I now remember, this Sunday evening we in Europe are going to the winter time, so we put our clocks backwards 1 hour. And I believe the States, the United States, do it a little bit later. So just in case I want to watch your stream, it would be helpful to know if you are probably Twitch will let me know if you look in your schedule, but I don't know if you have changed your schedule for that at least on Twitch. Yeah, you take one week extra, so I will be 5 hours ahead. Yay! At 1 AM, yes. You've got to love all those time zones and the worldwide change into the winter. Not all at the same time. That I remember now. Thank you, memory, for finally doing your job right. Get these teeth really nice and bright. Even though it is just the back of his staff. This is the first, when I finish this model, this will be the first model finished that I have been painting with lots and lots of very, very thin paint. Really, the layering as it should be. So I'm not only then proud that I finished it, but also using a nice technique. A technique that I could have learned many years ago, but never wanted to because it's was more important to paint fast in those days. It's, I was with a friend of mine, Kutisk, a Warlord Kutisk, that sometimes pops up in my stream, and yeah, he told me this weekend or this week he wanted to paint 40 night goblins, and he wanted to speed paint them. Yeah, they were still on his desk completely only black, and we discussed a little bit about how to speed paint them so he would get maximum effect with minimum effort. That's we both have the same problem we always had. I mean, we want to finish everything really quickly as a real tabletop war game painter. You paint a large amount of minis in a short amount of time as possible. But we always got stuck on all the details. I have to paint his sword. Oh yeah, I keep distracted. Yay! Yeah, so we discussed a little bit, and I said, yeah, you can make it paint everything the base color. So night goblins, for those who don't know, have big hooded cloaks, and only you have the face and the hands to paint green. You paint the details, the weapons, put on a wash, and then just dry brush everything with a gray, and if you want with a white, that's the easiest way. But yeah, he said, I'm not going to use a wash, so then dry brushing still with a gray and a white will certainly be possible. Only it will not have the same impact, but it would be a very quick way to paint it, especially if you want to quick paint 40 of them. Small little bastards. Was one of my favorite armies, especially the night goblins. I still have in my showcase, I have quite some fanatics, the best weapon they have. They used, the full name for them was always ball and chain fanatics. Really destructive, unfortunately, for both sides of the army, as the goblin player can only control them in their first, I am over there, only control them in the first round of combat. That's the moment when your enemy is close enough. All the other goblins just push him out, or push them out. You can, in one unit, you can hide several of those little bastards. Push them out, they are completely frenzied with a big ball on a chain, and they just swirl around. And yeah, they don't look at anything, as they are just turning and turning, getting completely disoriented, which means the first round of combat, as a player, I can tell they go straight that away. And you have to throw some dice to see how far they go, as even that you cannot control. On the second turn, you cannot control even where they're going. You have to throw a special scatter dice to see what way they will go. Scatter dice is a dice with only arrows, and all those arrows, if you throw them, are just one die, and that tells you what direction those goblins will go. And if you are lucky, they go straight into a enemy's unit. If you are not so lucky, they go somewhere and do absolutely no damage, as they don't hit anything. If you have quite some bad luck, they will hit something solid, like a tree or a wall, and kill themselves, or even try to stop while the ball and chain are still swirling around. They get the chain around their neck and they are killed off, because yeah, that's not something you really easily survive. And if you have really bad luck, they come straight back to your army. And yes, they go through that one also. One of the things that I always had with those. But I still love them. It was really funny to play. And of course, one of the other famous things of goblins are the squigs. And they do not only use them, the hair squigs are used to give them some a nice some nice hair, but the bigger squigs are always used. You hold this big brush. I'm going to take a smaller brush. As the bigger squigs, they are used to attack enemies. At least that is something what they are supposed to do. This also not always work. As yeah, well, squigs are quite ferocious. And if you want them to get to the right enemy, you need some squig herders. Some little squigs with pipe bags or cymbals, and with the big pot lids, as I call them, to scare them into moving towards the enemy. Only, yeah, sometimes they get a little bit annoyed and they attack the squig herders, or maybe the squig herders are shot by the enemy. And if you have not enough squig herders to control the squigs, then you have loose squigs on the battlefield. And you guess, yes, there is the dice with the arrows again. They go everywhere where the dice tells them. Even back to your own army, if you are unlucky. And if you have really big squigs, you can even use them as mounts, which are a little bit better controllable. Hence they do cost a little bit more in points for the army. But yeah, so that's a little bit about Games Workshop Warhammer Fantasy goblins, at least night goblins. To be honest, I did like to. I still like to paint them. orcs and goblins, but mainly goblins. Nice little green skins. I was for those kind of games I was never very much into the lore, all the background stories and everything. Only for the goblins, sometimes they did have quite some nice stories that did interest me. One of the things is a goblin dune diver. It's a big catapult where you load some goblin on with preferably with a large helmet, so he will survive the fall. And you just oh my god, you need to go a little bit further away. My sleeve is a little bit too big for you. My walking is showing my big brush. So yeah, the Doom Diver, it was originally the goblins made it because they thought that if we shoot a goblin all the way over to the enemies, but he's flying, so he can note down where all the enemy troops are and how they are situated on the battlefield, so we have an advantage. So yeah, and of course there are always goblins that are really glad to help the big army get loaded with some parchment and some ink and some writing tools, and whee, there they go. Yeah, and while they are writing down their stuff, some of the goblins noted one little problem in their thinking. As yeah, he flies long enough to take notes, only then he has a little trouble with landing and coming back. The first one they shot off, he did damage and even kill some of the enemies. That's interesting. So as a real goblin, they didn't tell their fellow goblins that they probably would die by it, but only told everybody it was a big success. So please guys, if you want to be a goblin flying spy, line up before the big catapult. And that was the Goblin Doom Diver. Num 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 num. I'm a little bit done with the stuff. Let's change it a little bit. There's still more bones to paint. This is more bones to paint. Oh, I wanted to paint. As everything is almost bones. I saw some rivets on this little thingy, so I made this one metal. And I did have, where it is, filigree silver. See if we can highlight a little bit, otherwise it will be all quite the same color, and a little bit of metal in here is a nice, something nice and different. thought about making it to make it gold, but gold was a little bit had almost the same color as this brown, this leathery brown. So I changed to silver. At least it is dull, you know. What is your name? Oh, Shadowed Steel, also from MSP. To get a real nice, the effect that I want, I probably will use. Am I wrong? Right? No, wrong. I did clean my brush in the wrong cup. We'll put this one away. As I always clean in 3 cups, I will clean in 2 cups now. I will use a little bit of black. This bottle. Okay, I need to run. Have a great rest of your stream and a good Halloween. Thank you. Thank you for your stream. Really loved it. And have a great Halloween too. I hope to see you on Monday, but we will see. And hey, David. So long as it wasn't the whiskey. I must say I've been talking for more than an hour. My cup of coffee is still full, which is something I normally do not normally my coffee cup is quite empty at this moment. Over those stitches. Get a little bit of a, oops, that's too much. David, are you doing anything with Halloween? About Halloween. Let's get the other side. That book. Let's go on with this one. Before I started all that rambling about the goblins, it was my for Warhammer, my second army, and I did start with the undead, and Warhammer, Warhammer Fantasy Battles. So that was, to be honest, my first choice. Still like a lot about the whole undead stuff, vampires and such.
Hydrate, but all I have is
Thank
coffee.
you very much. Then I will put my cold coffee to the side and take my nice warm thermos. Thank you. Wouldn't be the first time that I put away a brush with paint on it and then lick it. Luckily I was clever enough to not do that this time. Better, yes, thank you very much. Especially with all these big bones over here. I really have to focus a little bit. Just a little bit. That I started with orcs and goblins after I did start with the undead. For the undead, for every army that you play with, you do need to know the tactics. But orcs and goblins have a little bit more like just run towards the enemy and start bashing, especially when you only play with orcs. You do not really have tactics, although you as an army leader you do need to watch out what orcs you put against what enemy, of course. But with the undead it was a little bit more difficult, as skeletons are not really that tough. Of course you do have lots and lots of them. But the main part of that army is your wizard, your army leader. In this case, of course, Lucky, why are you fooling with my brushes? Don't. But your sleeves are so big. Yes, I know. For the undead, it's very important to protect your army leader, especially if you only have one. Because if the enemy can reach your army leader and kills it, your whole army falls literally into dust. Something I have forgotten a few times. I was so busy with trying to get my army in contact with the enemy that I left my necromancer all the way at the back, but completely open to cavalry, which is of course really good. So most of the time they didn't even have to do a lot of effort. They just ran over him. Hey, he's dead. Oh damn, there goes my army. And yes, I was I I was and still am really good with tactics. Nope. So that was my reason to go a little bit more for the orcs and goblins. As said, they also need a little bit of insight in tactics, but most of the time, if you just have enough orcs and goblins just to normal goblins you do not even use for fighting. You literally just make sure they are in front of the orcs, so they catch all the enemy fire of arrows, rocks, whatever they shoot and throw at. Try to shoot and throw at the orcs. So by the time the orcs almost are at the enemy, they can just completely bash them away, sort of. I mean, a fully armored unit of knights, still a little bit tougher than orcs. But yeah, orcs are a little bit stronger than a human, that kind of stuff. But for painting, I still have, I do like undead and monsters and everything a little bit more than orcs and goblins. Just a little bit. I don't know if that is normal for lenses to wear in your eyes. Last year I did Muck the Goblin, and I had nice green lenses in, but it took me a whole month to get used to them. And I, just like with the mask, I did get these only today. Well, I did order them also a little bit later. I could have gotten some other ones that would have arrived a week earlier. They were also a little bit cheaper, but they were only can only use them 3 months, and then it's better not to use them. These are lenses I can use a whole year. So in fact I maybe can use them next year on Halloween, and otherwise I will find some other reason to use them during this year. But yeah, as I said, the green lenses I needed to was also the advice on the box. If you never have worn lenses, to try them out for a few days, for a few hours a day, and then build it up. I did put these in just before Carol's stream. I didn't want to put on the makeup just right before my stream, so I did that before Carol's stream, and then I thought, if I have to put in the makeup and later the lenses, it's maybe not a good idea. So I did put in the lenses and then the makeup, so I have clean hands. And to be honest, the only thing that I have now, the lights that I see from my laptop over there, I see a little bit of a red haze. But the rest, I have no problem with these lenses. I don't know if that is just because my eyes remember wearing lenses, or that these are just better quality, maybe thinner, I don't know. Now the, oops. The previous metal color was just not enough, or not dark enough. And a little bit of black ink. On my bottle it still says Butter Black. Butter Black is, yeah, Butter Black. What was the other? It was Abaddon Black, right? The normal paint. And nowadays it is called Null Oil. Have heard they have made a new better one. So they changed the recipe a little bit. But for now I am still using the old stuff. It's too expensive to just throw it away. In that part. The changes are not really, in this light you can see the highlights a little bit better. The bones are done. The inside of the book is done. Now only all those stitches. And then this book is done. Only to decide what color will we do those stitches. You thought I will make them orange. I have tried to make them black. I have made them black, but that's not really something I think I will use. Some really nice red on this one. Let's see, brilliant red. What other red do we have? a clear red or magma red. It's a little bit darker. Brilliant that it is. As I have it on my table. See if we can get it. Well, yay. Great. There goes my brush. I haven't even, oh, I already know what's happening. So I will, let's see, it should be, yes.
Take a shot, 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 motherfucker, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot.
Shot of my special whiskey. My special Halloween whiskey. It has a little bit vampire of status. I don't take a shot glass, but I smash for it. Whoa, yes! Cheers! Whiskey and food coloring go pretty good together, especially on Halloween, or if you are celebrating Halloween. Now let's see. I think, yeah. Oh, stitches, right. Swallowed a bottle of food. You swallowed a bottle of food coloring. Okay. You. Don't make me laugh so hard. My teeth are falling out. Oh, I love those kind of jokes. Especially because I have a very good memory for them. So you can use then that one in a year again, no problem. Or even a little bit sooner. Should have, yeah. I thought already, but if you want to make the red a nice bright red, don't paint it over a darker color. You can better paint it over white. Paint the stitches white first, trying not to go into the part where I put the butter black wash. Touching the book cover itself. this is quite an intense thing to do. Not a breathtaking thing, but a breath-holding thing. That's still one of the things I need to learn. Not only load my brush, but also unload my brush. As I said, unload my brush. Nice thing. Later I will have to go over with a little bit of red. I will do that off stream. So I can wear my magnifying goggles or glasses or whatever you want to call them. Going to paint something else right now. I have been painting these two skulls. It's still a little bit too yellowish. I have no trouble with finding there, and there we have a tooth, right. When you have done it right, you do need a second smaller layer of the same color. You didn't use too much and too thick a paint. Luckily, I have only to go to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more books to go. Always nice. So now I am even thinking, even if I had not dropped the pot of earth texture on this model, as I had hoped to finish it today, I probably would not have been able to. Just too much great details to paint on this model. I don't want this one to be a rush job. It's too great of a model to just do a little bit of basic painting. This is kind of a model that you really need to take your time off to paint. Change a little bit of the colors. That this is officially, as I can see, there is a belt buckle. That band around the books is meant to be some kind of leather. I've decided to at least make it a very bright red color. Just to change things up a little bit. Red leather does exist. Normally not that bright, but my mini, it's a fantasy mini, so who cares? As long as it looks good, and if it doesn't look good, I will give it another color. Simple as that. Skulls in the corners here. I'm not going to use much of a layer kind of painting on there that I did with the rest of the book. They are really too small. At least with my painting skill, it would have absolutely no effect to layer them. So I just do the little last finishing touch. The stitching has to be done. And let's see if we can. That color is a little bit too bright. Half is purple. Burgundy wine is a little bit too. Oh, there we have deep red. need a nice, really deep red. The shadow color. To the right, so you all can see what I am doing. Working a bit in the shadows. Yes, normally I have more lights on. I don't know if you can notice it, but just because of this special stream, I am using a little bit less light, but at least enough so you can see what I am doing and what costume I am wearing. Although I am a little bit sorry, I wanted to, my background, I wanted to also add quite some nice cobwebs and spiders. I did buy them last year, used them last year, and I know I did put them somewhere, but as always I put them somewhere too good, too secretly, probably because until now I have not been able to find them. And I guess tomorrow when I break this all down, and I think, it's a good idea to put them over there. That's exactly the spot where I will find those cobwebs, I guess. And if I don't find them tomorrow, I will find them somewhere in the next weeks, probably. As that's how those things go normally. The red color, the brilliant red to the deep red, get a little bit of a lighter color, but the rest is not completely dry yet. Instead of just layering, I am also a little bit of wet blending right now. Very small surface. Should be a little bit more in focus. Not in focus on camera. I can see a little bit of the difference. It's, if I add white, I will get a. I don't have a. I could use a little bit of orange to brighten it. Just a little bit. Surface is so small. If I really would like to have a bigger difference between the deep red and the highlights, I probably will have to go a little bit more extreme with the highlights. Get a little bit more of a pink ribbon. Don't want that. So I will leave it as is. I still have a little bit of usable metal paint over here. This little belt buckle. I think that one is a little bit too small. Give a decent highlight. I mean, if it would be for a competition, I would try. And I want to make it as nice as possibly, of course, but for my purposes, I like this. This is good enough. If I would try to make more out of it, I probably would just ruin it more than just help everything. You know what? Just a little. There's some kind of a, yeah, I still call them gems. They are not round, but cone shaped. They have facets. They are not round. So I should. Why don't I take the big picture out? And why do